Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lopez coming at you with assignment 7.2, going back to the textbook to take a look at what's going on in Latin America with neo-colonialism. So remember, thinking about the story that we're at with Latin American history, we saw liberalism, right? The idea that where people were fought back against the way things had always been done, which is conservatism, right? Which is very rich people in charge and kings deciding things and people not really having a choice. Whereas liberalism says no, things like democracy are important, and so things that remember America is a liberal democracy, right? Which means that people have the right, right? We get to decide for ourselves. We're not told what to do, which is the difference between classical conservatism and classical liberalism, like we've talked a lot in class. So what we're doing today is we're looking at what the next step happens, right? So we see cool, liberalism takes over in Latin America, but as always, those in power do not like to stay out of power for very long. And a new system pops up called neo-colonialism, where we have outside powers now. And particularly, we're going to look at mostly the United States as it affects its influence all over Latin America through mostly controlling the economies of Latin American countries by trade. And so we're going to see that in a lot of ways. Yeah, there's the United States and Great Britain are still in charge, but now not by having a king in charge in each country, but by controlling the economies. So to do this, you guys are going to read and give me 5 bullet points per section. Let me go ahead and show you guys how to do this, though, because we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to use Cami. You may have used Cami in another class, which is cool, in which case you already understand how to do this. If not, let me show you. So in your assignment, you're going to see right here, it says 7.2, the great export boom. So when you click on it, it's going to pop up this PDF for you. Now, this PDF, you can't do anything to it. It's just something to look at because right now it's just a sample of what it should look like. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to go over here to the three dots up in the top right. They call them jelly beans, by the way. You click the jelly beans, and then you go to open in new window. When you click that, it's going to pop up with you and say open with right here. And this was what did not exist before. And this is what we need to open it up with, an app called Cami. So we're going to open it with annotate with Cami. Right. Now, Cami is a cool software where we can write over PDFs, add text boxes and stuff like that. I need to authorize my Google Drive. Sorry, guys. First time I'm trying this with you. All right, so there we go. So we see that here is the PDF that we're working with, the one that I want you guys to work on. So I put, by the way, the top at this time that at the very top, the summary and why you think this paragraph matters instead of at the bottom is a little bit easier for me to read that way. But say, Lopez, how am I going to write in that section? Look, it's a PDF. There's no way for me to write. What you're going to do is you can just double click in it. It'll give you a text box, or you can click on text box and click on it. Make sure you click the color red so that way I can see everything in red, and you can start typing away, right? I clearly don't type like what I just typed because that's just a bunch of gibberish that you don't need to do. Okay, so there's that again. So you go text box and then click in there, and you will open up a text box, and you can write. And so it's just like it's very easy to do. Another thing down here that I want you guys to do, like as usual, I want you to give me 5 bullet points for each section, right? A 5 bullet point summary. So just like always, since we can't use bullet points right now, I just use like a little dash and write. Or if you want to, actually, this would be even better if you did one and then wrote what you were going to write, and then wrote two and then write what you're going to write. Like that. Remember, complete sentences, otherwise I don't count them. One more thing that I'm going to ask you guys to do, though, and this is kind of a cool thing in Cami, is that you can annotate as you work. So you can do that by, I want you to highlight some of the things that you're talking about. So for everything that you highlight down here, for number one, for example, say for number one, you read this first sentence. It says elite and middle class Latin Americans had a lot to gain from progress. Okay, so I want to say something about that. Oops. Oh, I'm messing up here because I'm showing you guys markup. There it is, markup. So I'm going to grab my yellow here and I'm going to mark up this section. And of course, it's not going to let me do it. So you know what? Just forget that part. I'm not going to edit that out. Just my bad. I thought because this PDF is a little bit different than other PDFs that I have. So anyway, so what I want you guys to do, like always, 5 bullet point summaries underneath each section. This one has a lot of sections to do, so it's going to be worth a lot of points. So please make sure you guys are doing that. Again, remember, every assignment only makes your grade go up, right? Nothing will make your grade go down. So if you are looking at your grade and you're like, it really needs to go up, then work on it. Remember, if you're happy with your grade, that's okay. Like if you have an A or an A plus, but if you still want to do it, that's fine too, but you don't have to do it. Remember, your grade is locked in where it's at, it can only go up from where it is. All right, guys, thank you so much. Again, this is a practice that we've had a lot, something that you guys know how to do. So get at it. Oh, people were asking me when the stuff is due. If you could have it due by the end of the week, that's great. But do remember that like people have different internet issues. Matter of fact, my internet went out last night. I didn't have internet for a while, and it didn't come back until this morning. So that's why I'm kind of getting late getting this assignment to you guys. So yeah, there's no like I'm not having massive due dates, but if you can just get them done within a couple days of assigning them, that'd be great. Thanks, guys. Take care.